going live. Let's see if this works. You're live.
But it may just be you. It may just be you.
I mean, it says we're on. I genuinely don't. My chest hurts. What if it doesn't work? Is there any way like you can pull up my YouTube on like your phone and just like see if it's on right now? Because I genuinely have no idea if I did it right.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on one second.
Oh my God.
Oh,
so did I talk about my one friend? What'd you say?
It says somebody, it says you are live.
It does say I'm live on my YouTube
people
channel?
are watching.
Like you see it? Like you see me live right now on my channel?
I'm being asked to watch. Wait. Skip that.
Because if I try to pull it up, like it won't, it'll like log in. Like
people are watching us right now.
Okay.
People are watching.
Are they? Now would be a good time to insert ads.
Saying hello. They're saying hello, and I'm
okay. Yes, I think so the issue is okay, I think we have people on. Yes, we do.
42 people.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
People are saying
okay. Oh my God, it worked this time.
Yay.
God, like literally, I feel like I was about to vomit. Like if I fuck this up again. It's so funny because if you watch mine and Jessica's, if you watch the recording of mine and Jessica's, the first 10 minutes is like, it's like my forehead against the camera. Like, is this working? Like,
yeah.
I think it's working. No, it's not only a test, but it kind of is a test because like I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So there is going to be a 20-second lag. Okay, I'm talking to you, Christina. There's like a 20-second lag, and I'm going to try not to watch the chat. But hi everybody, welcome. I'm going to give everybody like 5 minutes to hop on. This is my head coach, Christina.
Hello.
You guys can all say, somebody wrote, don't pick your nose. Was I picking my?
I may have been picking my nose. I do that.
I'm never not picking my nose.
That's what happens when you have a big nose, yo.
I know.
I got one too. It's fine. We're ethnically diverse.
Yeah, my sister blames me for my nephew picking his nose because whatever. Anyway, let me see. Okay, so we're gonna give it about 4 more minutes, guys, for other people to jump on because I actually did it right this time. Wishing I could type like you talk at the start of your videos. Aw, thank you. Yes, everybody say hi to Christina. Everybody's saying hi to you now. Nose picking is the new sexy. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, so I just got this text in. So you and I can talk like you and I for a second while people roll it. Whatever. So my one friend, he's like short and Asian. Did I tell you about this? That he's flying in to see me because he met some like 60-year-old woman with an Asian fetish who like wants to fuck.
You told me about him.
Yeah. So he's like flying in next week, like, and he's our age, like, and she's like 60. He's like, yeah, but she's like a hot 60. And I'm like, good for her. I'm trying not to have judgments about that. But good for her, because you know what? Like, oh my God, like 20-year-olds. Like, do you know how many like 22-year-olds are hitting me up like on fucking dates?
It's because I feel like it's hard to tell how old we are.
Like maybe I'm lying.
Yeah. And I
lying about being 36.
I get that a lot. I get people are like,
you do?
Yeah, no way. Well, even that guy at the bar.
Right. But like, why would I lie? What woman lies about being significantly older? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. Men, the logic of men, I swear to God. Okay, so hey everybody, this is my head coach Christina. As I already alluded to, I gotta close this, otherwise I will look at the lag. So yeah, everybody, this week I wanted to do somebody's asking our age preference. That's a good question. I don't even know anymore. How about this? If it's older than my dad, like some dude hit me up. And I was like, he's kind of sexy for like obviously much older. And it said 62. And I was like, That's older than my dad. That is my cutoff. You can't be my dad's age or older.
My
Like,
dad would literally beat the shit out of somebody. Like my dad is not playing. He would be like, "No, you're an old man. You're not."
right. It's so funny because I remember asking my mom and my brother, like sons and mothers have this weird fucking relationship. But my mother and my brother, like that's her baby. And I remember I said to her one time, like, how would you feel if like Mark brought home a girl that was like 20 years younger than him? And she'd be like, I'd say that's okay. You love who you love. And I was like, what would you say? And I was like, what would you say if he brought home a woman your age? And she goes, I would say, that's like, I've never seen my mother have any type of emotion ever, but that really got her fucking going. Oh yeah, sorry guys. I'm introducing my head coach, Christina, here at Jessica J Dating. Sorry, we're talking like you're not even here because technically you're not. Like we can't even see you guys. I can only see you guys. Do you have the chat open actually? If you open like my YouTube app, you could probably see the chat going on. Okay. Anyway, Christina's the head coach over here at Jessica J Dating for my coaching program, where we do get eyes on you guys interacting with one of my practice girls yesterday. Last night, you met my cousin Jessica. Christina sits on the same end of that call as I do, where we're watching y'all interact with women in the moment, and then we give our critiques and feedbacks thereafter. If you guys know you need eyes on your interactions with women to see what you may or may not be doing to get to the pound town, you guys can apply now, always at speechsparkarousal.com/apply. But anyway, the reason we're on is because like we are unveiling the naked truth. Basically me, Christina, and a bunch of other girls over here at JJD just sit and talk about dudes and dicks. And yeah, yesterday me and Jessica were talking to them about how we spent that whole fucking half hour talking about uncircumcised dicks.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Not the entire half hour, but it was a good amount of time that me and the girls will dedicate to dick. One of the new clients today says to me like, oh God, what was his name? Yeah, he said something about like, I have some questions about the last naked truth. And I was like, this is just speed date. We don't discuss that here. And he's like, I just want to know masturbate before dates. So I was like, you can come on the naked truth later and we'll talk about it. But yeah, anyway,
I feel like that's our safe space.
And you know what? Me and Jessica actually had this conversation yesterday because one of the guys on my YouTube channel said like, well, how do we know you guys aren't like censoring yourself? How do we know you guys aren't like, you know, trying to say the right thing? And like me and Jessica were like, well, you kind of know, but at the same time, like just because it's like only clients are allowed in it, and we know the clients so well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we can really say anything in front of them because like anybody who like listens to the naked truth later is like, they're not going to look us in our eyes later. They're just gonna, they're just not.
It's funny when the clients bring it up later though, because then you're like, I'm your coach. We shall not talk about that.
You don't ever repeat that to me again. Yeah, he said something about like Jessica, like, so you got any hot dates lately? And I was like, are you genuinely just asking when I'm gonna masturbate again? Like, let's move on to and go and like but anyway, guys, so yeah, Christina is on the naked truth. I told you guys I was gonna let you guys in. Oh, I didn't tell you this. I don't know if I told you this. So on Thursday, I'm gonna do this now that I know how to do this, and it's gonna like live stream on YouTube so that they can get like a free preview of an episode. Isn't that gonna be cute? But we won't be able to see their chats. I won't even be able to see it when we do that one because it's just gonna be us. But they'll be able to comment on their end and I can read it later. So
it sounds like an adult TV series, kind of like Game of Thrones.
Oh, good comparison. The girl sitting next to me asked if that was Jessica's real voice. Christina, do you think this is a real voice?
That is your real voice. Yeah. That's your real voice.
Yesterday, me and Jessica, like talking like that.
Okay. So that I've also heard that voice, but that is a different voice. That's like a fam voice. You know how you have
yes.
Like there's fam voice and then normal voice.
Right. There's like my normal voice that like, when you and I are like talking business, but then there's like, girl, let me tell you what fucking happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, me and Jessica were talking like that the entire time. And people are like, well, you guys sound fucking vapid. Like, I'm sorry. And Jessica went on. She's like, my high schoolers here. Fuck you. I'm like, okay, calm down. She's been wanting to do this for a long time, clearly. Okay, so I'm going to give a little more structure to this. We would love it if you guys came on The Naked Truth. Christina, I wanted to basically ask you to explain to the guys why you think it would be beneficial for them to come on The Naked Truth, as opposed to, anything else. Like, where it's just us, you know what I'm saying? Like, shooting the shit. Like, what about that would help them, do you think?
I think that a lot of times, at least for me, a woman like me, I don't talk the same around men, even my guy friends. Like I have tons of guy friends. Like I was raised by my dad mainly. So I always hang with the dudes when there's a choice, really.
Yeah.
And I don't talk about sex, relationships, dating the same and as openly and as candidly as I do with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And so when you get 3 or 4 of us in a setting,
especially it's us, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we're randos, like we're legit like tight. So
you're actually talking to your friends the way that you would talk to your friends about what you feel like, when you go on a date or when you have sex with somebody for the first time, or what you're experiencing just in general. And so it's just much more open and honest. And I think every man deserves to hear that at least once, because there's so many guys, so many of my guy friends are like, girls don't think that way. I think that's just raunchy girls, or that's just hypersexual girls. And that's, those are whores. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know. Like, you can come across, like, I feel like I come across kind of prudent to guys. I feel like,
but you're like no, you're like,
I mean, all day, every day, baby.
Right. Sorry, you were saying.
But it does. There's the only the men who are lucky enough to spend time with me in the bedroom. No, other than my friends, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I would never talk the way that I talk with y'all around my guy friends, and I think guys need to hear that conversation.
Yes, and I love you saying that, because so many guys, even before I started this channel, would say to me like, Jessica, most girls aren't like you. You're like very sexual, and but I'm like, I am one of the prudest chicks I know. Like, I slept around a lot in my 20s just because there was nothing else to do. But I think I'm like one of the hardest chicks to get into bed now. Like, I don't sleep around anymore. Like, I've only been like with one person the past like 8 years. So like, I know for me, I talk a lot, but like, I'm so different, like with my girlfriends and in bed. And like all my girlfriends who, like you even said, like, I come off as prudish, like all my girlfriends who come off like that, they still have a lot to say that they would never want men to say, or want men to hear, or they would never say in front of men.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to the question I posed to Jessica: how can they trust that like we're saying the real shit and not censoring ourselves?
Because what do we have to lose?
I mean, a lot. Like, look at me. People send me death threats. I love it.
Oh, okay. I mean, the reality is like, the reality is we are okay. I will use the fact that this new generation is coming up, and they are super enlightened. They're enlightened sexually. They're enlightened. Their body positivity is outrageous, and they're just a different generation. Like like we come from the time of like, we have to pretend we're something. We fit in this box. We fit in this box, and we have to be that girl or that person. This new generation is like, you be you, do you, And, you know, who gives a flying F if that doesn't fit in that person's box or that society's box? Like, you just got to be comfortable being you. And I feel like this is our time to just be ourselves for once. Like, we don't have to pretend anymore. Like, we can.
And you know what? I think like all of us girls, like, I think like, not for nothing, I think like that was one of my biggest things, like when like I took girls on here, is like, I want you guys to like have the same like life philosophy, sense of self as I do. And I feel like all of us girls, like when we get on the Naked Truth, like we are all super fucking okay to say what the fuck we want, you know, like even if we all have different lives. And I was explaining this yesterday. You know, we have like Sherry's in her what, 50s, 60s. 60, Sherry's in her 60s. You know, Nikki comes on, Nikki's only 21, God bless her. And then you and I are in our 30s, you know what I mean? Like, we have a plethora of different women who all really want to help. And Jessica said that yesterday. Jessica's like, listen, every single person who works at Jessica's company, like, just really wants to help. Like, we're not going to sit here and try to lie to you.
Would be
I love when guys don't make moves. That's so respectful.
And I love when guys just think we're whores for no reason.
I know. I love guys who call women whores. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can I just tell you? Oh my God. I haven't even talked to you about my weekend. But anyway, let's take some questions. Let's take some questions. Nice to meet you, Christina. This is an excellent live chat. Thank you guys so much. It's so funny because like, we're super delayed. So I'm going to sit here and ask you guys what you want to know about either Christina. Yesterday was really cute. They're like, Jessica, what are your favorite memories of each other? That was cute. A lot of people asked for Jessica's address. So I was like, she's like, God damn, Jessica. Oh, but does anybody have any questions for me and Christina while you have us? This is my head coach over here. She's also on every episode of The Naked Truth. Yes. Let's see. Oh yeah. Again, it's so delayed. Like I wouldn't even know. Cost benefit analysis, making a movie is risky. I think they're talking about porn. Oh. I can only speculate. That's what I would be talking about. But anyway, how about this? What would you say? Oh, yeah. One thing I would say is that my favorite part of The Naked Truth is you guys, I don't know if you guys got this yesterday, but we have our current clients allowed to come in. And every now and then, like we'll like halfway through the show, we'll be like, okay, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your side of the story. And I will say, like, how many times, like, my mind has been blown hearing like the male side of things.
Oh, and it's so, and that's the thing too, is like, they have no reason to lie either.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes they're like so honest that I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even think from the guy's perspective, what
I know, like the Valentine's Day episode, like we got schooled so hard.
And even just like the episode where you were talking about that guy that came in and you showed him around at your furniture. And then our client was like, well, most likely he had to take a shit and had to go home and didn't want to take a shit in your house. And I was like, oh my God, that's probably right.
That's probably right. Because he still continued to try to hang out with me after that. And you're right. We did get Mexican food. Like, God help me. So I think I have something in my teeth. Yeah. So while I think it's amazing that you guys get to hear like the female side of things, like you're also hearing us talk to our current clients, asking them like the male side of things. So really, like, I don't know, again, like I have so many guys ask, like, why do you curse so much? Why do you talk about sex so much? It's like, if you don't see me talking about sex openly, y'all are always going to think women hate sex. You know, y'all are always going to think that women like aren't down with it. So like, that's basically what The Naked Truth is for you guys. It's for you guys to see just how like into your D's we are. That's it. That's nothing else. That's the only fucking reason. This keeps going into, but yeah, so you guys can hear how not just me, but all my friends love the D. We all fucking love it so much. Not just my friends. Okay. My female friends are wide open talking about sex and relationships. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Super refreshing. Have you ever been in a long distance relationship How does that interest you? Oh, long distance. I read that wrong. Yes, I've been long distance. And I feel like, I don't know, Christina, what do you think? Do you think long distance? I think my theory is that people who go into long distance relationships are people who like people at an emotional distance.
That is so true. I would agree.
You would agree? Okay.
And I have found that whenever you bring the distance, whenever you take the distance away, it works.
Yeah, it gets even worse. I don't know anybody where it's been better once they moved in together or once they like close that gap. My girlfriend just got married. Not just got married, but probably like a year ago, married the guy she was seeing. Like she's living in America. He's living in fucking Scotland. She moves to Scotland and like, I think they're getting a divorce now. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like, you know, long distance relationships are bad, but they're just like any relationship. You got to fucking find out and then grow from there. Okay, you guys are such hotties. Thank you. Jessica, I need you to try out mine. I think you're talking about your penis. Live with you today. Okay, I'll bring my pillowcase. Okay, it looks like you guys don't have any questions.
No questions.
Why do I have a hard time being myself around women? I always want to impress a woman I am attracted to, but that seems to backfire. Ooh, Christina, what do you have to say about that?
Okay.
So his last question is, should I try to impress a woman or just be myself?
Oh, no.
I know, right? God forbid you impress her as yourself. My God, that's impossible. Sorry, we're fucking with you.
Yeah, I say you start viewing yourself as high value and know that you can impress her being yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, that makes me sad. Should I try to impress her or just be myself? Because it's like, who taught you that you're not impressive? The first question was, why do I have a hard time being myself? I would say I always say, because nobody knows how to be themselves, right? We know how to be polite. We all know how to be civil. We all know how to be nice, but like nobody really knows how to like be themselves. And that's what we go over in my coaching program, how to make you guys impressive as yourselves. If you guys haven't jumped on it yet, meet me and Christina, jessicajdating.com/flirting or speaksparkrazzle.com/apply. Okay, let's see. Advice for dating your wife. That's a cute question.
Love that.
I love that too. It's gonna make me cry. Okay, what do you have to say about that?
So I actually had a husband that did not try to date.
Want to date you, yeah.
And so I think I'm a good person to answer this. I would say continue to treat her as if you've got the hots for her. Like, you know, make sure to woo her. Anything that you did when y'all first started dating, like telling her she looks sexy, come up behind her while she's getting ready and smack her ass. Like,
stop it. You're turning me on. I want you to be my husband.
Those are the things that I remember being like, why doesn't he touch me anymore? Like, why doesn't he act like I'm pretty or sexy or
right?
Like it was as if he started viewing me as a roommate. So anything you can do to cut that out and make it known that you still find her sexy, you still find her hot. Take her out on, you don't even have to wine and dine. Like just buy her like little flowers at the store and bring them home. That would have, I would have been like, oh my God, my husband's amazing. He bought me flowers just cause. And I think that's the things that save a relationship.
You know what? And as you're saying this, I'm thinking of the love languages. Like how many times, like for those of you who don't know what like the love languages are, it's like the way that we show people we love them or the way we feel most loved. And like, it goes such a long way, like to know your significant other's love language. Like, I know for me, like, if you could sit here and like do the dishes and you can like take out the trash like all day and think like, yeah, I'm doing so good for her. But like, what if my love language is like quality time and all you do is come home and do the dishes and not talk to me? Like, or like, you know, the way I show love is gift giving. I'm such a giver. And I had a boyfriend who really, really hated getting gifts. Like it really made him uncomfortable. It really bothered him. And to me, like I thought he was being this ungrateful ass motherfucker. And here he is feeling unloved because I'm not taking the time to, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that go a long way. So yeah, thank you for that question. Oh my God, there was another one I saw that I really wanted to answer, and it will be the last one. Me and Christina, we're only supposed to be here for like 10 to 15 minutes, but shit. Okay, so let's see. Being myself also comes with age. There was one here that said something about goodness, some of them are so dirty. Okay, last one. I like this. What are some of the unique challenges are you hearing older men encounter in today's dating world?
Oh, okay.
So we do have, I would say we've got a good chunk of older clients.
Yes.
What would you say?
Okay, so there's a couple. There's a couple things
Okay.
Obviously the internet.
Yes. What about it?
Is a huge hurdle for a lot of them because they don't know how to build connections when they're not in person.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So for a lot of people, a lot of older clients that we have, they've been in relationships like married or had significant others for decades. And now they're in their 50s and 60s. And they're like, the last time I dated, you went on physical dates.
And the internet didn't exist. Like
the internet and dating didn't exist. So I would say like some of the hardest things that they've had to overcome is building connections through texting, building connections through apps, building connections through Zoom or the internet, even like video conferencing. That is something that we work on in the program too.
And I would even say building faster connections. Like how many of our older clients do we have come on and they're very like, so where are you from? The weather's nice. And it's like nowadays, like if you go into my phone right now, I have like 50 unread messages. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not going to go through and answer each one, but the weather was great. I'm from New Jersey. My day was good. Like, I'm not going to do it. So if you don't have me this fucking fast nowadays, like, unfortunately, we do not live in an age where you can take the time to get to know someone because there's no one else out there. Like the internet has taught us that there are so many motherfuckers out there. And like, even if you're with a good one, I bet there's a better one around the corner. So I would say like, yeah, they have a really hard time actually building connections. Like how many clients do we have come in?
Especially if the client is an older male and he's interested in younger women.
Yes, especially so. Oh, it's so much harder for them. I think back in the day, it was probably easier because again, women don't see all the other options afforded to them. Like, oh my God, who was I looking at today? And I was like, oh, fuck, I increased my age filter. Tim McGraw. I saw Tim McGraw on Instagram looking sexy as shit. Did you know he's like 60?
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, 60. Like, I just, there is a Tim McGraw out there. But it's like, exactly, if you're an older man nowadays going for, and you're like, oh, younger women, yes, I love older men. Well, honey, you got to be Tim McGraw. Like,
and you have to be able to build that connection fast because you can't.
You got to build it fast.
In 1975, I did this. The girls are going to be like, what? Okay.
Next. Exactly. I totally agree. Okay. We went a lot longer than I expected you to, but like, guys, please, thank you again for coming on. And again, we hope that you guys can make it on Thursday. It's going to be at the same exact time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, so me, Christina, you're going to see Jessica again. And my cousin Jen that I'm having on tomorrow is going to be there as well. But I hope you guys can all make it. And yeah, please say goodbye. And thank you for being so respectful to my head coach, Christina, and respectful to us.
Thank you.
And I don't know how to end this.
I guess we just, the end.
Goodbye, guys. I just fucking throw my laptop. Let me see.
Get out of here.
Bye. Everybody leave one by one and don't come back. Okay, bye, ladies. Let me see. Okay, do I do it in Zoom? Do I do it? Okay, let me try this. Jessica, I don't like being ignored. Oh my God. Oh my God. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer. Oh, yes, that's what I want. Did it do it? Okay, I think it did it.
it's